Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER. I'm Michael, and today we have with us
Dayveonne, Bussey.
Phoenix Sparks.
Corey Davis.
and you're watching GEEKCASTER, everything sci-fi-fantasy. This is the extended show. We spoke about Cowboy Bebop, we spoke about Anime NYC, whole bunch of stuff, even a little bit of the metaverse, what's going on, controversy with the name. But we're going to talk about technology because there's so much tech. You know, we got the new iPhones. I believe Samsung released some new stuff too, right, Corey?
No, not yet. They're talking about it.
They're talking about it. Is that somebody released a new phone though? I did see a new commercial for some new song.
Are you talking about the one that's like a flip?
Yeah,
Or...
the flip.
That's been out. That's been
Yeah,
out.
it's been
So
out
why
for
they
a while.
haven't really? So
Yeah.
they just did a relaunch with the commercial for the New Year's, for the holidays.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, are you
Because
guys
they're trying
iPhone
to
people
when it's
or Apple?
I'm an Android person now.
Android.
Okay. And Phoenix, you delve in both because you're a techie.
Yes.
Tell us, first of all, why do you do that, and what are you excited about that's coming out or already out?
Oh god. Okay, so I use an Android because I find it a lot more compatible with like the coding that I do. I find it easier to like troubleshoot little lines of code when I can't access a laptop. Plus
Okay.
there's so many more apps available in the Google Play Store than the Android or I'm
Mhm.
sorry, iPhone store, and that has a lot to do with what kind of incentives they give developers and whatnot, accessibility, because I think most of the Google or apps use Java,
Okay.
and then I use Apple for like my entertainment industry things, so that way I can be cool. And I think I have the iPhone 11, so I don't have the newest one, but I am going to say I think the camera on the iPhone 11 takes better pictures.
Oh, really?
To be honest, I do. I feel like it takes better pictures. Although the Android phones have a lot of really great advanced settings. So,
You know, I've heard even people that are into Androids do admit the phone part of iPhone is killing it, especially the new 13. A lot of people are impressed with that.
better hardware.
They are impressed with the new iPhone.
Yeah.
Well, basically from 10 up, they're like, you know, they're really, really good. Davio, you're making a face, no?
Oh nah.
From what I've seen, because I have the Note 20 Ultra,
Okay.
Androids are a little bit darker. They don't really brighten up and aren't as clear and colorful as the iPhone.
Okay.
So even though you can control like manual focus, you can use your aperture, you can change the exposure, you can use it like a real camera. It's just the iPhone just flat out takes better pictures.
Yeah, and I just punched in one of the photos from one of the conventions, and that was done with an iPhone. And yeah, you could see the life. Yeah, I think it looks great. It looks great. Yeah, I think it's definitely can compete with the Canons and the Sonys of the world when it comes to that. Here's a food shot, and just how rich the greens look there is yeah, is what it is. And that's not even like the newest one. Like I'm really excited to play around. That was shot with what? That was shot with an 11. So
You can
yeah.
get close to that with an Android. You just have to change a lot of settings. Whereas an iPhone, you can just pick it up and shoot straight away.
Yeah, so I say iPhones are for the artists and Androids are for the geeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I see where you're going with it. I see where you're going. What about computer-wise? Any of you guys thinking about getting any new desktops or tablets or? Okay. And so, Dayveonne, what are you looking at to help you make that decision of which one you're going to go with?
As far as desktop concerned, I would definitely get an Apple when it comes to editing softwares and stuff like that, and editing music and stuff. So that would be my best choice. You know, this is good for like, you know, browsing, like regular home, whatever I want computer, the one I have right now.
Okay.
What kind of processor do you have?
A Core i7, 10 Gen, I think.
Yeah, I have the i7 as well. I know Apple unveiled the M1 chip a few months ago,
Right.
and seems a little bit more efficient all the way around, a little faster, a little less expensive. But I already have an i7 chip, so.
Like, I got a chip already. I'm good.
Yeah, well, I bought it before they released the M1, so.
I did too. And it's one of those, man, I wish I waited. Because I actually got a MacBook Pro, but it's before all that. Like, right before that. And it's like, man. But I'm waiting for the new iMac. Once you come up with the iMac with, like, an M1 or M1 Pro chip, I'm gonna wait it out. And I'm thinking they got to be releasing that this spring. I can't imagine them not. Actually, if they're really smart, they would release it for Christmas because people will go nuts.
They might.
You think so?
They might. It's possible.
Yeah.
It seems like something Apple would do.
Yeah, just random, like, surprise, Merry Christmas.
Dropping it early.
Yeah. Because I heard the laptops are, like, going like hotcakes with that M1. Yeah, let me see. Apple rumors.
But yeah, that's why I think that's why the prices of the Apple MacBook Pro are super low, because they're trying to get rid of them as much as possible right now. So if you want a Mac, this is the perfect time to get one, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, rumor of a 30-inch iMac 2020.
Desktop?
No, iMac.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna release a new tower because they spent so much money on that last tower. You know, towers don't usually come out until every like 6 years, 10 years, like something like that, like several years. So yeah, and then that was like you're gonna spend $5,000 to $8,000 for a basic thing, and if you really blow it out, you could spend like $40,000, $50,000 on that.
Aren't people usually just getting the iMacs that's all in one?
I think, yeah, unless like pro, like if you're doing animation, hardcore editing, people would go all out, and that was the whole point, right? The pro, right? But these little machines are kicking butt that you don't even need that. Like, it becomes an overkill. So, I don't know.
Especially with people trying to live like the minimalist space and not take up so much room.
But the advantage of a tower is that you can update. You know, you could change things out. You can add a lot more of these. The newer computers now, everything is soldered together, so less moving parts. So it should, in theory, last longer, be more durable. But at the same time, whatever you order, that's it. You know, you can't update anything. That's it. So, and I know Android people, guys like to make everything. PC people I like to build my computer the way I want it. So,
yeah.
Wait, Phoenix, did you build your computer?
No, I purchased the laptop. Although one of my friends has a pretty I have friends who build computers, but I haven't done it myself yet.
Okay.
Future endeavor.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yes, not yet.
because you do coding, are you going to get a Mac computer and a PC?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stick with my PC. I have like the Bang & Olufsen lab, so it has a really great speaker, and if somebody loves to listen to music while I'm writing apps or just doing whatever, then it's great. It's good for me.
That's cool. All right, so what else tech-wise? Are you guys into the speakers, like the Google Mini, the Alexa, or I think, what is that? Apple has one too. You guys into those?
You talking about Alexa right here? If I could.
Oh, they have one that size? I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
They have plenty different sizes. Dot, Mini, Echo, Tap.
You guys just get one for like your stereo system, or you have them every floor of your home so you could do the, intercom?
I just got it just to entertain me.
Okay. Yeah, I do think that's really cool when they did the Apple keynote, how you could have them on different floors, basically in every room, and you could, hey everybody, dinner time, and it'll just connect all. I think that's pretty cool. Especially if there's emergency, you twist your ankle, I can't move. You can't call no one, you just, help me.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
I guess I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it. I value my privacy, so I've gotten rid of mine.
Okay.
And I have just regular speakers. I have a JBL. I have an Anchor Bluetooth speaker. So if I need to connect, I just connect it to TV, laptop, phone. It's better. I think it's better that way, so that way most people can't really see the value of your house or do stuff like that, because there's ways around that.
Okay, so is that really a thing? Is that really a concern?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what
so when
way?
you have like
go for it.
When you have like Google Home, like you're saying, you have a speaker in each room and you want to broadcast to your family, there are some hackers who could see how many devices you actually have in your home. So, if you have high-end speakers and you have 10 of them, hackers can tell you have 10 speakers in your home, and, may make you a target.
Gotcha. That's interesting. See, I thought of something different, but I won't say it online because I don't want to, I never even thought of that. So when we're off the air, throw that at you guys. I don't want to inspire evil. Huh?
People are probably already thinking if they're not doing it already.
Okay. Man. The world we live in. Are you guys concerned about that? Just in general, social media. I mean, we're all on social media, some of us more than others. Is that a concern?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And what do you do to combat that?
Well, I feel like a lot of people are just so used to being interconnected with their friends and family, they forget that there's other people who are not so well intentioned out there. So I don't take like a lot of those silly little survey games on Facebook, because whatever is done with your data after you put it out there, I mean, we have very little control once it's out there. So I have conversations with my friends and family about how to protect themselves. I use a VPN. I also, if I'm handling any financial information or something sensitive data, I won't use a public Wi-Fi. I'll use my own hotspot. I try to use different passwords for everything. I use DuckDuckGo. I use Cake. So those are different alternative browsers that track less of your data and sell less of it. So those are some of the things I do. What about you guys?
I use DuckDuckGo because it's also not as biased as Google. So I think the biggest thing to remember for people to realize is your physical fingerprint is probably just as valuable as your digital fingerprint. So people don't take too many safeguards into um, how much you're visiting a website or what information you save in your phone to auto populate and stuff like that. So those little things can actually get you in trouble because we are at a point in our society, if someone just takes your identity, you're like, oh, it's easy to call your bank and claim fraud. It's not that pressing as it was before, but even then, over time, it can actually be very, very damaging, and it can take quite a while for you to get rid of some of those things. So,
wow,
it's a double-edged sword.
Or just protecting your information. Like, don't post your address online. Don't post what car you drive or your credit information, your credit score. I saw somebody post their credit score on a social media platform, and I was like, what are you doing?
And they probably felt really proud about it too.
They did, and I felt bad. I didn't say anything. It's just, like there's criminals out there.
Wow.
I'm still amazed because when TikTok first came out, people don't remember that TikTok was a third-party app that was actually stealing people's information, and so now it's become one of the biggest apps that everyone is on. So it's like,
wow,
how do we get here?
Wow. Oh man. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, all right. So, what's the future
You
of this
did this
metaverse?
Went down this road.
Yeah, we did it to ourselves. We definitely did it to ourselves. And where does it end? Because it seems that like now it's just who can come up with the next Facebook as a phrase, right? Mm-hmm. Who could come up with the next thing that everyone's going to run to and be happy to give all their information to and be on there all day, and everyone's trying to figure out what that next thing is going to be, but then no one's like, ooh, I don't know where we're gonna go if everything's a digital imprint, like you're saying.
It's just make smarter choices. Like if you use an app that says sign in with your Facebook, you don't have to sign in with your Facebook. You can sign in, anonymously or not use that app at all. Use something similar. Like Phoenix was saying, you don't have to use Google. There's plenty of other free private web search engines out there that are way, way better. Like DuckDuckGo is a very popular one. It's very good.
Right.
But,
encrypt more of your information. I know Proton Mail is a end-to-end encrypted email, not necessarily because there's criminals out there. Really, that's the best reason, right? There's people trying to steal your information, and just don't post it or put it in untrustworthy platforms, because I've definitely or if you're gonna use like a Ring doorbell or something, find a way to make sure you're creating an additional layer of security. I think that's something a lot of people don't think about, since you're kind of leaving the window open.
If you actually go on YouTube and look up TED Talk and just put in hackers, there's plenty of videos of hackers showing you how susceptible you are to, if someone wanted to be nefarious with your information, how easy it is for someone to get your information. So you just have to take certain safeguards.
There's also hardware wallets too.
RFID wallets.
Oh yeah, I gotta get me one of those.
I have. That's one.
I know about them, but I don't have one. Terrible.
I know. Every time I want to buy one, it just doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't. Should we just get like pants and backpacks and just? And don't we need a whole outfit to save us not from just hackers, but just radiation?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Corey, so much radiation.
Are you one of those 5G tower people?
No, even before that, just the amount of radiation that we're exposed to just now doing this show.
Right, but that was in the beginning. Even now in the medical field, like the radiation is so minute to a point. Like if you want to go get your X-ray, you don't need lead aprons anymore. We've evolved to that level of technology where it's no longer an issue.
So why they still run behind the wall, Corey? Tell me that, Corey.
They don't have to. So there's a lot of people
Why
who
do
are.
they do, Corey? They do though.
They used to because
They
of
still
practice.
do, Corey.
They don't have to.
They still do.
They don't
though.
have.
But they do. So why do they, Corey?
Because we live in America where everyone has a choice. So if you choose to go behind the wall, that's your choice. It's your right.
Oh man.
If you want to drink hot coffee out of a styrofoam cup, go ahead.
Yeah.
Plastic straw versus paper straw.
Corey, Phoenix, do you notice anything interesting about Dayveonne's background?
I do.
It seems like every show it's growing. Have you noticed that? It's like, look, right behind his head is like and I'm sure next week that'll be in the whole nother line.
I had a dream about his pop figurines that he found talking once.
Seriously?
Yeah, I had a dream you found talking pop figurines. We did. We found them. It was an exciting day.
I just can't wait until the point where it's actually starting to grow outwards towards it, so like where it's right behind him where he can't move. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing.
You know what? Yo, guys, hey, yeah.
Just
It's happening soon. I could see
No,
it.
it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. All right, so we talked about the phones, the computers. Corey said we're fine with thermonuclear radiation. We're fine with all that. Phoenix.
You're breathing, right?
Word.
You ain't throwing it up yet.
Well, that's soon to be. Well, I'll let you know later on. There's nothing else you guys are interested in getting for the holidays, either as a gift or a giveaway?
PlayStation 5.
Xbox Series X. Hello. I'm actually interested in the Oculus 2.
Okay.
I think with Facebook buying out the company and just doing that whole marketing thing, virtual reality is going to be the next big wave. Augmented reality, haptic feedback. I'm just interested to see where that tech is going to go. So not only are you viewing the digital world, you can actually touch things in the digital world and move it through haptic feedback. So that's going to be interesting to me. I just want to see where that goes.
I agree. I'm interested in that too. I'm not too sure I'm ready to buy it yet, but I feel a lot closer in buying it than I ever was before for the same thing. I feel like this is the future, but also there are a lot more games now available that were not available before, that I might just want to immerse myself in a Star Wars adventure. And now you can actually do it.
Or Resident Evil.
See, I can't do those. I can't be having... I can't do it. There was some event I went to, and there was this whole chain of like 15 different stations, and they were all fear stations. Man, there was this one spider. I mean, they all was a spider, but just the way it popped out at you. And then there was one where you're on a skyscraper, and you're walking, and they're like, "All right, jump."
I did that one. I did that. It was so scary. Did you do it?
Did you jump?
Do you know what's scary about it? Yeah, I jumped. You do it. You jump off the skyscraper and you like go to heaven. And you're like, oh, it's not that bad.
Oh, they didn't have that.
That's what's scary about it, because like your adrenaline rushes, right? Like your central nervous system is responding to your stimuli, and then you jump, and then you get to the bottom, and you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It's kind of nice, and that's the scary part, I think.
Interesting. I think this one they just had people splat.
Oh, Yeah, maybe it was a different. I jumped off a better skyscraper.
But they had like wind and everything. Like you heard like it was so real that your body, like you said, your body just naturally responds as if it's real, and that was crazy.
We just talked about Anime NYC, and so there was a big announcement called Sword Art Online, and this is the whole basis of that anime. People are living in virtual reality, so what happens when your mind really thinks that virtual reality is reality?
That's an anime? That's an anime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Sword Art Online.
Sword Art?
Online,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm.
So
It's two versions.
Yeah, the synopsis is, well, everyone has a different take on it, but he immerses himself into this digital world where you hook up a Neuralink and it takes you literally into the game. So while your body is decomposing because people get locked into this game, what happens to the physical body? So the anime explores that whole realm.
And then the other one I'm talking about is another sequel to it, which is it's the same thing, but this time it deals with guns, and it's a female protagonist in this.
Wait. So their bodies are decomposed. So they're in a machine and living this life, but their bodies are like rotting.
Right. So think about Ready Player One,
right,
where your physical body is here in the world, but because you have the virtual reality suit, the helmet, you're transported into the world. But the difference between Ready Player One and Sword Art Online is that there was a code that kept people in the game so they couldn't log out. And so the longer they were stuck in this world, they couldn't return back to the real world. So what happens to your body when you're stuck in that kind of stasis? Wow. They had to transport all these people who were stuck in this game into the hospital and keep their bodies alive. So
that's heavy.
So pretty much they're in a coma.
Are they in a coma? Because that's one of the questions. If you're really into this virtual reality world, are you here? Are you Schrodinger's cat? Are you somewhere in between both worlds? It's one of those.
So it's basically the Matrix.
Exactly.
Has anyone seen Altered Carbon?
Yes.
That's a good one too, exploring similar concepts. So for those of you who haven't watched it, it's like everyone has a stack in the back of their head, and it's kind of like the Neuralink. It has the consciousness in their head, right? And then they can change bodies or like suits. And obviously the extra wealthy have, they have more time, they have more lives or something. They get better suits.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting.
All right. Well, everybody, I think everyone watching, we give you more than enough to think about. If we didn't give you stuff to have conversations for the rest of the week, then I guess we didn't do our job, because I'm thinking about a lot of stuff right now. That's gross. All right. Give everybody your social media.
Dayveonne Bussey on all the things except for Instagram. Twitter.
Excellent.
Shamar Williams.
Excellent.
Find me on the gram at PhoenixSparks_official.
Nice. Corey?
You can find me at IMGT3 on all of the things.
And I'm Michael. That's Michael, the number 7, Michael on IG. And you're watching GEEKCASTER. You can go to geekcaster.com, GEEKCASTER on IG, the GEEKCASTER Network on Facebook. And just look for us, you'll find us. If you're watching on cable, thank you so much for... I know you're making a face. What was I thinking about? Decomposing while I'm stuck in an anime. That's just crazy. And if you have any comments or anything, we'll talk about that even more next show. Because, that's crazy. All right. Have a good one, everybody.
It's medically accurate.
It is medically gross. How about that right there?
What are you?